पॉलिसी बाजार पर 1 करोड़ रुपए का टर्म लाइफ इंश्योरेंस केवल 450 रुपए महीने से शुरू। वाह!
Good evening. The headlines. The aviation regulator tells airlines to get serious about unruly passengers or else. The woman who was urinated on an Air India flight says that her co-passenger, Shankar Mishra, begged for forgiveness. But Mishra's company doesn't wait. He's been sacked. In 2 years, the first foreign universities could be in India. The University Grants Commission says they don't have any intention of interfering in the education that these colleges provide except in exceptional cases. The election for the post of mayor in Delhi is delayed after the Aam Aadmi Party and BJP councillors physically target each other in a complete meltdown, as you can see. More than 500 homes in Joshimath in Uttarakhand now have cracks. The town is sinking. Exclusive on the ground NDTV reports coming up. Shankar Mishra, the banker who urinated on a co-passenger on an Air India flight from New York to Delhi, has now been sacked by his company, Wells Fargo. Mishra, who remains missing, faces multiple charges. He is yet to be arrested. This on a day in which the aviation regulator sternly warned airlines to get serious about violent passengers or face serious action. In a letter to airlines, the regulator has issued an advisory on unruly passengers. Get serious about unruly passengers or invite enforcement action is what the regulator has warned airlines. Non-action or inappropriate action has tarnished the image of air travel. The pilot in command is responsible for assessing if cabin crew can control a situation. Use restraining devices when all conciliatory approaches fail. Now, this is important, and further to that last point, the regulator is also advising airlines on the type of restraining equipment, which is essentially a type of handcuff, need to be carried on flights. Meanwhile, the passenger Shankar Mishra's company, Wells Fargo, have sacked their former executive and they say that we find the allegations deeply disturbing. We are cooperating with law enforcement agencies. Arvind Gunasekara joins us now for more on this. So, Arvind, despite it all, this man Shankar Mishra, number one, is still missing. He's not been arrested. And number two, the investigation continues at the level of the police, with Air India flight crew and cabin crew being questioned, right?
Yeah, Vishnu, Delhi police has formed almost 2 teams to nab Shankar Mishra, who has gone missing after this incident. So, according to our sources in the Delhi police, the last known location of Shankar Mishra was Bangalore. According to our sources, his sister lives there, and that's where he had gone to Bangalore to meet his sister. And after meeting his sister, he has gone absconding, he has gone missing, and that's where a team has been camped in Bangalore itself to locate him. Not just in Bangalore, and also one more team has also been sent to Mumbai, where his father lives. So, 2 teams have already been dispatched to both these places, and both the teams have got in touch with the sister and also a father. And what we are being told is that both sister and father have assured the Delhi police that they will be cooperating with the investigation, and then they would be conveying any, if at all, if they get any information about the whereabouts of Shankar Mishra. And keeping that aside, the Delhi police is also not taking any chance, because he is working in an MNC, and that's where the Delhi police has also opened a lookout circular to prevent him from fleeing the country. But what we are being told is that the Delhi police, despite him switching off his mobile after going to Bangalore, but our sources say that they have got some concrete leads on the location or the whereabouts of Shankar Mishra, and they are working on it, though they don't want to reveal what kind of leads that they have got, the nature of the leads. But what we are being told is that it has something to do with the virtual lead, and that's where they are working on it, and very soon they are hopeful that they will be catching Shankar Mishra. On the other hand side, the Delhi police is also planning to question the crew members and also the pilot in this particular case. And what we are being told is that as per the standard operating protocol, the pilot, if at all, if there is any incident that takes place inside the flight, the pilot is duty bound to inform the air traffic control, and the air traffic control is in turn they have to inform the local police. But in this particular case,
all right, Arvind, I'm just going to interrupt you now, because there are some other important aspects in the story that I need to get to. What exactly happened on this flight? We have these details.
After a drunk passenger urinated on a woman flyer in the business class of an Air India flight last year, The crew brought the man to her seat and forced her to face him as he apologized and begged to be spared arrest, documents have revealed. The woman wrote to the Air India group chairman on November 27th, the day after the incident on the New York-Delhi flight, but Air India filed a police complaint only on January 4th at 12 noon. This is what the FIR has revealed against the offender, Mumbai businessman Shankar Mishra. Now, the woman has detailed her appalling experience in her letter to Air India, which is part of the FIR. She said when she complained to the crew that her seat, clothes, bags and shoes were soaked in urine, the flight staff refused to touch them. Instead, they sprayed her bag and shoes with disinfectant and gave her a set of pajamas and socks. When she asked for a change of seat, she was told that no seats were available, though another passenger said that they were. She also added that the flight crew told her that the pilot vetoed giving her a seat in first class instead. This is after she's been urinated on. The woman also says she demanded Shankar Mishra's arrest immediately on landing, but the crew told her he wanted to apologize and brought him to her instead. Now, the woman on the Air India flight said she stated clearly that she did not want to interact with the man who had urinated on her or see his face. She specifically said she wanted for him to be arrested on arrival. However, the crew brought the offender before her against her wishes, and they were made to sit opposite each other in the crew seats, believe it or not. She expressed that she was stunned when he started crying and profusely apologizing to her, begging her not to lodge a complaint against him because he said he's a family man and didn't want his wife and child to be affected by this incident. Now, the woman says that in her already distraught state, she told the accused that his actions were inexcusable, but in the face of his pleading and begging in front of her, the woman writes that she found it difficult to insist on his arrest or to press any charges against him. Now, the airline also disclosed her phone number and passed it to Shankar Mishra so that he could pay for her shoes and dry cleaning, which she said she returned as she did not want the money. Now, she said in her letter that the Air India crew was deeply unprofessional, failed to protect the safety and dignity of the passengers, and did not show any good judgment about how much alcohol to serve a passenger on board, and was not proactive in handling a sensitive and traumatic situation. Now, what exactly has Air India said in its rebuttal? Well, the CEO, Campbell Wilson, has written to the staff asking them to report improper behavior on flights at the earliest, even if the matter appears to have been settled. The repulsion felt by the affected passenger is totally understandable, and we share her distress, is what the CEO wrote in an internal memo.
Well, Shankar Mishra's lawyers have now started talking. They say and these are some of their quotes. The lady in her message condoned the alleged act, showed no intention to file a complaint. WhatsApp chats show that the accused got clothes, bags cleaned and delivered. The lady's persisting grievance was only with respect to compensation, and that Mishra agreed on money paid by the accused on Paytm. Apparently a transfer took place on Paytm. On the 19th of December, the woman's daughter returned that money. Statements by the cabin crew say no witness to this incident. They only report it as hearsay. A settlement was reached between two sides, affirmed in the cabin crew statements. Well, perhaps that needs to be explained to the police as well, all of this. For the first time, foreign universities will be able to set up their campuses in India. The University Grants Commission has released draft regulations and hope that the first such institutions will be set up within 2 years, a move that would benefit lakhs of students. Though at the moment, there's still no clarity on how much a degree from a foreign university will cost.
Somili and Aishwarya are in the final year of college. Like many Indian students, they've dreamt of travelling abroad for their postgraduate studies. Engineering students, they want an M.Tech degree from an Ivy League college. But now, they're open to the idea of studying in a foreign university in India.
Most of the time what happens, we are not able to go outside abroad for various reasons, like maybe our parents are not allowing, or maybe due to some financial problems. So if foreign universities are coming in India and setting up their campuses here, so it will provide a great opportunity. Our quality education will be increased.
I had to go abroad, then I have to apply for a financial loan, a student loan, which may not be affordable for our parents to pay later. I think this is of a great problem.
India has taken a step toward allowing leading foreign universities such as Yale, Oxford and Stanford to set up campuses and award degrees as part of an overhaul of higher education. Higher education regulator, the University Grants Commission, on Thursday unveiled a draft legislation for public feedback that facilitates entry and operation of overseas institutions in the country for the first time. While everyone welcomes what is being described as liberalization of education, there are some concerns about the move.
Question from our end is, what level of teachers are going to come? Is it the first category, the second or the third? So I feel somewhere we have to first understand what are the norms that are being set up for bringing these universities to India.
British Council will consult with the sector in the UK to collect feedback on the terms and conditions and the details of it.
Students welcome the decision to allow foreign universities to set up campuses in India. And while there are some concerns about the replication of the quality of education, campus life and campus experiences in India, students say the opportunities far outweigh the concerns. With camera person G.D. Shankar in Kolkata, Saurabh Gupta, NDTV.
There was chaos between the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP on the day Delhi was to know who the mayor of the MCD, the Municipal Corporation of Delhi, would be. Councillors of both parties brawled. There were slogans in the well of the house, tables and chairs hurled, widespread protests. The Aam Aadmi Party had decisively won the municipality elections. The present battle is for the post of mayor.
Believe it or not, these are elected councillors of one of the world's largest local bodies, the Delhi Municipal Corporation, responsible for providing civic amenities to a population of more than 11 million people. Their first meeting to elect the capital's mayor turned into a violent political brawl. This as councillors of the Aam Aadmi Party stormed the well of the MCD house, protesting against the LG-appointed speaker for conducting the swearing-in of nominated councillors before the elected ones. The Aam Aadmi Party says that this is the BJP's attempt to reverse the party's MCD victory.
I think BJP is trying to do cheating from day one. Congress, by saying that they will walk out of the house, that means there is a deal. The Hajj committee member and the chairperson is always sent by the elected government of Delhi. Now what LG, which has been appointed by BJP, is doing is that he has now nominated a Congress councillor who is the leader of their house.
The clash follows a series of confrontations between the Aam Aadmi Party and Delhi's Lieutenant Governor. The Aam Aadmi Party had accused the LG of bypassing the Delhi government in nominating members to the Delhi MCD, also hitting out at the LG for appointing a BJP councillor as the temporary Speaker of the House and not the senior-most councillor to preside over the mayoral election. The BJP says that the MCD reports to the centre and the LG after amendments to the Delhi Municipal Corporation Act. Calling the protests in the House an act of anarchy, the BJP said their councillors were threatened and physically attacked.
सत्ता में जो सरकार जो पार्टी है आम आदमी पार्टी और जिसका नंबर सदन में भी सबसे बड़ा है, उसके बाद भी वो हंगामा कर रही है, उसके बाद भी वो अंदर हिंसा करने को, पोडियम तोड़ने की कोशिश की है, तो ऐसी क्या आम आदमी पार्टी नैतिक रूप से हार चुकी है? क्या आम आदमी पार्टी को अपनी जीत का भरोसा नहीं है?
The house was adjourned as rival councillors turned violent, lashing out at each other and even pushing each other down. Almost a month after the elections, Delhi still does not have a mayor. Even though the Aam Aadmi Party has a clear majority in the MCD, elections to the post of the mayor is an open house as per the BJP. Since it's a secret ballot, councillors are free to cross-vote. Does that mean that the BJP will be able to trump the Aam Aadmi Party despite its big MCD win? Well, for now, Delhi is without a mayor, and the clashes that happened today in the MCD house are likely to have huge repercussions in the politics of the national capital in the coming days. In New Delhi with camera person Kalan Patra and Ashok Mahale, Vedant for NDTV.
With land continuing to sink in parts of the high-altitude town of Joshimath in Uttarakhand, the district administration has launched relief and rescue operations in the area. Tourists have been banned from staying in hotels damaged by land subsidence, as it's known, the land sinking. And the operation of the ropeway from Joshimath to Auli has also been stopped. The Chief Minister, Pushkar Singh Dhami, is looking closely. He's going to be there tomorrow. But for several families in that area, a town of approximately 20 to 25,000, it's looking terrible at this stage.
लगातार जोशीमठ का जो सर्वेक्षण का कार्य है वो पिछले दिनों चला है और जो भी सर्वेक्षण की रिपोर्ट आई है उसके आधार पर हम आगे काम कर रहे हैं। अभी हमने इसके लिए एक समीक्षा बैठक भी कर ली है। आपदा प्रबंधन विभाग को पूरी तरह से अलर्ट कर दिया है, जिलाधिकारी को जो भी वहां पर जिस प्रकार के भी प्रबंध करने होंगे, विस्थापन की जो कार्रवाई करनी होगी, जो ट्रीटमेंट करना होगा, वो सभी कार्रवाई कर रहे हैं। जो भी जरूरी काम होगा जोशीमठ शहर को बचाने के लिए किया जाएगा, उसके ट्रीटमेंट के लिए किया जाएगा, लोगों के लिए किया जाएगा।
Well, my colleague Tanushri is now in Joshimath. She actually spent more than 18 hours to get over there. Joins us now. Tanushri, firstly, just for the benefit of our viewers, can you show us some of the cracks which have developed in less than 24 hours where you are? Go ahead.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Vishnu. In fact, cracks have developed and massive cracks and fissures have developed in last 24 hours. And the situation is such that the families are actually keeping all their, clothes and stuff out and they are leaving in the night. And we can imagine that Joshimath is an area which experiences a very brutal cold. And even in this kind of a chilly weather, the families are leaving houses. They are staying on the streets because they're extremely fearful because the houses are cracking, the houses are breaking, it's leaning onto other buildings. This is one of the houses, and I'll ask camera person Rakesh Singh to quickly show you the situation, the condition of the house. The house has been now evacuated. The family has come out without the government's help, and see the kind of cracks which have been developed just in the last 24 hours. So this is the kind of situation on the ground. And very quickly, Vishnu, I'll tell you that one of the temples in Singhdar, which is just about 1 kilometer from here, has completely collapsed.
All right, we'll just get that signal back up with Tanushri over there. Tanushri, go ahead.
Signal chala gaya.
No, you're back on air. Go ahead.
One of the four cardinal mutts, the Jyotir Mutt, which is basically famous in Joshimath, has also developed cracks. We will go and report from there in the morning. It's night and it's highly not advisable to go there at this point of time according to the government's advisory. But Vishnu, the situation on the ground is very scary. It's very tensed. About more than 700 families are living under the fear of not just losing their entire savings, losing their house, their hotels. They're also living under the fear of losing their lives. I have with me one of the women here who had to stay with her daughter and son, little kids, on the streets because their houses started sinking last night. आप लोग को भी निकलना पड़ा. अभी आप लोग और सामान इकट्ठा करने आए हैं. क्या स्थिति है?
बस स्थिति ये है, कहीं रहने के लिए ठिकाना नहीं है, बस एक रूम में है, कहाँ जाइए. छोटे छोटे बच्चों को लेकर के यहाँ भाई ने रहने के लिए जगह दी है और अपना सामान बाहर निकाल दिया है. कमरा सारा टूटा पड़ा है, कुछ जगह ही नहीं है, कहाँ जाए.
सरकार क्या कर रही है और इतने दिनों से क्या कर रही थी? आप लोग बता रहे थे उनको?
हाँ, लगातार कुछ दिनों से बस यही बताते जा रहे हैं. बस कल कह रहे हैं सीएम आने को, वैसे तो मतलब सुन ही नहीं रही थी. उस दिन से लगातार लगे हुए हैं कि बहुत परेशान में हैं, सुन ही नहीं रही थी.
Chief Minister is coming tomorrow. Do you have any message for him? Do you have any message for?
Yes, I have a message for him that if you want to develop Uttarakhand, it's good. But for that, first of all, you have to look for its people, where they will go.
Correct.
And where they will live.
So I think, Vishnu, that's a statement I would like to end my live with, that if you want development, you first look at the people of Uttarakhand, because there will be no development if the people lose their lives. So that is a very important question for the government to answer, that Should they have brought in the NTPC plant, the more huge equipments and machine at the cost of people's life? Because now we are seeing that the sacred town of our country is on the verge, is on the brink of collapse, and in fact is gradually sinking, Vishnu. And it's a very scary situation on the ground. It's going to be a tough night for the residents of Joshimath.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, and do stay safe as you report from that area, Tanushree. Thanks very much indeed.